What is happening, Cupbangers? Today is May 5th, 2016. I'm Alejandro, and let's go for a drive, yo. Hit it, Pedro. In today's episode of Let's Go for a Drive, yo, I wanted to talk to you guys about what the best way to go about it in order for you to land your dream job or do your passion as a job. So I'm going to start just by saying not everything works the same way. Not everyone's going to get the same results. Not everyone's going to be, oh, I got it figured out after listening to this. I'm set. I'm good to go. No, it takes time. It takes hard work. And it does, as cheesy as it sounds. And it takes the making of a plan. You cannot just go and do what you love without a plan. I think that's number one. A lot of people on Instagram ask me for some reason, who knows why, hey, Alejandro, I love motorcycles. I love doing this. I love doing that. How can I make that into my job? And people see me right now, and actually a lot of my friends are starting to do car reviews simply based on how much fun I'm having doing this. And they think that, oh, I'm going to be just as successful as that dude. By the way, I make no money whatsoever with this thing. I'm doing it because I love it so much. I'm at the stage of my life where I can just say, you know what? I don't have to bust my ass working anymore, doing other million things. All I'm going to focus my energy in doing is my hobby. How exactly did that happen for me? Well, number one, get a real job. Yeah, get a real cash flow coming in order for you to be able to live your passion and do it. What do I mean by that? I mean, get a job that will pay your bills. So Alejandro, I want to do what I love as a job. That's great, little Tony. Don't be a dick, by the way. I'm watching you. Everyone wants to do what they love in order to provide for themselves, right? Because everyone says, oh, if you get a job that you hate, you're not living. You must be an entrepreneur. Forget about that. If you're comfortable where you at and you don't need this shit, then you don't need this shit. But if you're one of those people that really wants to, at some point in their life, do whatever they love and make money doing that, it's not going to happen overnight. You're not going to find your job in a post, in a classifieds where it says, your dream job, available now, come work for yourself. Like, impossible. You need to create that for yourself. And what's the number one thing you need to do in order to create that if you don't have the means to do that? And that is money, baby. You have to be realistic. Our parents and grandparents did one thing right. They got to work. Forget about if they went to college or not. They just got to work because they understood that they needed to make money in order to survive, right? And then when they retired, you see them doing what they love, right? Does that make sense? That's the path of a regular human life. You work. Realize how to make money, become stable, and then at some point, because you were doing something as a hobby, that became your passion, your job, and what you're going to be doing for the rest of your life. That's how they got there. So you're asking me, how are you going to get there? And I think there's no right answer. Number one, if you want to get a regular job, like be a lawyer, be a doctor, and that's not a regular job. Those are really hard jobs, please. If you want to do one of those things, just go to school, go through the motions, no doubt. But if you want to do something more in the film area, creative areas, car things, anything you can imagine, even like do ballerina lessons, right? Get a job that will pay your bill, do your ballerina thing on the side, and then as your ballerina hobby grows, you'll realize, you know what, I'm very good at doing it like this, I'm very good at that. Or once you get into that field, you'll realize, oh wow, this really sucks balls, I don't want to do this. It really happens, guys. Things that you really think you love turn out to be horrible. I hate the film industry. I hate dealing with all the fucking bullshit egos, all the people that dip into your pockets without even, that completely destroyed it for me. I was lucky enough that I figured out a way to make money in that, and now it's one of my sources of income. But that's not the way I saw it in my mind. I thought I was going to be working with Brad Pitt. I thought I was going to be working with Leo DiCaprio and all of that. And listen, I didn't fail. I at least I don't look at it that way. I think I know exactly what I'm doing. I know how to make movies. I work for TV for the most part because that's the space that I really like and I feel comfortable in. But I never in my life want to work with those big guys. Do you understand how much of a pain in the ass it is to deal with all the politics of making a movie that's $100 million? No, my life is way too different right now to be worrying about those things. So no, I don't want to do that anymore. But that was a big dream of mine. I wanted to do that for sure. And things change. And then the car thing, I've always liked cars. Always. I've always, since growing up, I have a memory of that. And then one day I decided to pick up a camera, Instagram camera, started taking pictures, and I started sharing things that I loved. And I didn't do it saying, I'm gonna have a job out of this one day. I'm gonna be the best guy at it in the world. I have a business plan. I grabbed my camera, my phone basically, started taking pictures, and because I had a fucked up childhood, like I guess I was a really sad child without knowing until like not that long ago. I've always wanted to make people laugh. I always wanted to make people forget about their bad times. I've always wanted to bring a smile to those that needed the most that day, because I understand what it's like to be in that position. So I started doing my Instagram posts reflecting that. So yeah, it's a bunch of pervert jokes and all that bullshit, right? But started catching people's attention. That combined with the cars, no doubt about it. Then from there, hey, I have all these cars, I have all these friends, I know how to make movies. How about I do a Hyper 5 type of show, right? So, which is what I did. But because that was a dream of mine, I wanted to make it, and my plan to make that happen was, I'm going to put myself on YouTube and see if people can stand me. If people can stand me a little bit, I'm going to throw myself in and host a show, and that's going to be great. I started working on the show, putting in my own money. I actually lost, every single dime that I put in that thing, I lost. No sponsors, no nothing. I don't care. It's something that I love. But while I was making it, I said, you know what? If I shoot this properly, there's going to be a very good chance that someone's going to call me and say, hey, Alejandro, do you want to do a TV show out of this? So now I get to work on TV again, on something that I know how to do, which is producing, and something that I love to do, which is cars. It doesn't get any better than that, but it didn't happen overnight. And right now, still, after 2 years, when I started doing the whole Instagram thing and everything, I'm not making a dime. Whatever money I'm making on YouTube, I'm paying Pedro, because Pedro's a real person and has a family and everything. So he can take care of his family and some other expenses related to the show. I haven't seen a dime. To me, it's a loss every single time I make one of these videos or one of the shows for Banging Gears, whatever it is, it's a loss. But I don't care. I'm in that position. I just don't want you guys to look at this and say, oh, if Alejandro did it, I can. I'm just going to grab a camera. Money's going to start. Like, no. You need to go step by step. You need to really, really, really be careful and be smart. We live in a world where you need money, 100%. The money moves the world. You need it for security. You need it as freedom. Get a fucking job and go do your passion on the side. Your passion, because you care so much for something, I promise you will turn into something. It will. And you let it grow and you see where it's going, and it'll take a shape of its own very soon. Before you know it, it's going to be a thing of its own. Do you guys think that I said 2 years ago, hey, I'm going to start selling penis points, or I'm going to start giving away penis points and people are going to love it? No. As part of what I love, in one video I said penis points, and then people loved it on the comments, and then I brought it back for another video. People loved it again, and then it became a thing. And right now, you see where it is, right? So I'm not saying dreams don't come true. I'm saying you have to work in a realistic manner to get there. I just hate when people say, work really hard. You don't. You're going to learn how to make money in real life. You're going to learn how to pay your own bills. You're going to learn all those things. And then you'll be able to fully focus your life in that one thing you love. And I'm not saying it's going to take a year. I'm not saying it's going to take 10. But don't bank on this happening overnight. Don't bank on this being like, this is what I want to do. I was really dumb at some point when I tried to do the film thing, because I had a real job. When I started doing the film thing, I started putting a lot of my money, a lot of my time, and a lot of everything into that, because people said, if you keep doing this. Now, yeah, I've become successful at it after I don't know how many years, but it wasn't easy. It was horrible, actually. I wish I would have started by making some YouTube videos. I wish that was the way this whole thing started for me. Because if I would have made some YouTube videos, learn how to use the cameras, learn how to produce something from the start, something so small, get the traffic, realize I would have grown to a much higher level as far as film goes. As far as YouTube goes, I'm honestly just having a blast. That's all I care about. So if you want to do this, you got to make sure that you're covered in every single angle, in every single way. Also, again, if you have a regular job and all that stuff doesn't bother you, you don't need your dream job, your passion is your passion, you go skateboarding on the weekends, and that's your thing, great. Good for you. You don't need it, okay? Because a lot of these people are making it look like if you are not the CEO of a company, you're a piece of shit and undeserving. And no, Live your life, do what makes you happy. What people like about the shit that you guys see me do is because you're seeing me enjoy myself so much. At least I think that's what it is. And I really thoroughly enjoy myself doing this shit. I love it so much, and I try to give back as much as possible by doing shit like this. You know, talking to you guys, putting events together, creating a sense of community within this, using our cars for good, and don't get me wrong, for a lot of fun. But that's what tickles my pickle today. And maybe tomorrow I'm going to change my mind and it's going to be something else. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just going to suck if I start all over again in something else. But I have a feeling that this is going to last a little bit. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think following your passion means I'm going to quit school, I'm just going to go get a job at a car company and then do that? Or do you really think that there needs to be structure in the plan? And by the way, always look ahead. Don't be short-sighted. If someone's giving you a job that pays $1,000 a year right now, but has a potential of earning you $1 million in 5, take that into consideration instead of just taking the big one. If financially you can. Always make sure that you're financially covered first. No job is too low, no job is bad for you. Just do that and then do whatever you love on the side. That is the best way to get somewhere in your life as far as getting that job that you really, really, really love and it's going to make you happy for the rest of your life. None wrong with working for money and working for essentials. That's just the truth. That's just the truth. Everyone that will tell you, do you want to go to your 9 to 5 and be miserable for the rest of your life? Fucked up. Go there with a proper attitude of winning. You want to be there so you can prove to everyone that you're the best. Do your job because you're getting paid to do your job and do it well. I promise you things will go great. Again, I said this in another video. 90%, if not higher, of people that do a job are horrendous at it. Look at cab drivers. When you get in a cab and the cab driver can't drive, that's the easiest example in the world. They just don't give a shit. Those people are floating on earth, and I hope that they're happy floating on earth, but I don't know. I just don't want you guys to be that. I want you to excel in every single thing. My mom said one thing that was smart, only one, and she said, Alejandro, I don't care what you do with your life, but if you're gonna sell gum in a corner, because I'm from Mexico City, they're called chiclets. If you're gonna sell chiclets in a corner in Mexico City, you're gonna be the fucking best chiclet seller in the world. You hear me? You're not gonna be fucking mediocre. And she was right. She was right. I work so fucking hard at everything I do so that I can perfect the craft, understand it from A to Z, and then in time make money. So, Cupbangers, I hope this helps you in any way, shape, or form. I just hate seeing people taking advantage of others, giving advice, getting paid for it, when how hard is this, right? So anyways, Cupbangers, please let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Do you really need to have a plan, or just fuck it, quit it, go do it is your style, and why? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Have a good one, Playboys.